Hello artists! Today we're going to make a shape robot. We have a big gray square and a little gray square, and we are going to use that for the body of our robot. We have all of these shapes to build the robot, so follow my directions so you know how to follow and make the robot. We also have glue, a glue stick, and we open up the glue stick, put the cap down, and turn the bottom so that I can see the glue come out. Don't do it all the way, that's way too much. That's a good amount. First, I'm going to start with the body, and I'm going to draw a square inside of the square with my glue stick. So I'm going to draw 1 line, 2 lines, 3 lines, and 4 lines. Now I have a square inside of my square. I flip it over, and then I lay it down flat and rub the robot's belly so that it's nice and flat. What's the next shape that I need to find? The head. I need to put the head on top of the bigger square. So the smaller square sits on top of the bigger square. I draw my square. Inside of my square, flip it over, and now I have the head. I give his head a nice rub, and now I have 2 squares. I have a small square and a big square. What's my robot missing? My robot's missing some legs and some arms, and these gray pieces are for the body. So I have 2 legs, and I can just make a straight line. To glue this on, I flip it over and glue it down. There's 1 leg. Let's do the other leg. 1 straight line. Then I go ahead and I flip it over. Now I have 2 legs for my robot. What else does my robot need? He needs some arms. So I can add some arms to each side. I can make a straight line, flip it over, and then smooth out 1 arm. Let's do the other side. 1 line of glue, flip it over, and then there's his second arm. It's okay if some of it goes off the page, no big deal. Now I have the body done. I'm gonna wait for you guys until you catch up, and then we're going to add some really fun buttons and feet and hands and eyes and a mouth on our robot. Now that my robot has his body, I can add all these fun shapes to him. Let's give him some eyes. I'm going to use my blue squares for eyes. Then I'm going to get fun with it. Maybe one of them is tall and one's skinny. Just do a little circle, flip it over, and now I have 1 eye. I'm going to do the same to the other one. Can also give him a color mouth, and this is a green mouth. His mouth is wide open, so I'm going to put some glue on the green square, flip it over, and rub it down, press it down. Now he has a mouth. Now my robot, he needs some buttons, because he can't work without buttons. He needs a job to do. Not a really good robot if he doesn't have a job to do. So I'm going to give him a control panel where I can punch any of the buttons I want and he can do whatever I want him to do. He can clean my room, do my homework, all that stuff. Here, I'll add some more buttons. But remember, I have to glue it down first. So I'm going to make sure I glue down all of my shapes. Maybe my robot even needs some feet. I can give my robot some feet so he can walk around. All right, and we're almost done. I can give my robot maybe an antenna. I even have an extra shape. I can give him a whole antenna on the top of his head if I want to. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I make a straight line on the glue, on the paper. I glue it down. And then maybe I'll even give him a little square on the top. He's got a big antenna. Now, if I'm done with my glue, I need to make sure that I close it up before I put it away. We can also add some cool, fun lines to our robot before we finish him. So let's get a color that'll be good for the robot. I have a nice blue, and maybe my robot has some lines on it. I can draw on my robot. Here's some vertical lines. Can you say vertical? Vertical. Here's some horizontal lines. Can you say horizontal? Maybe my robot has circles for eyes too. Maybe my robot has some extra buttons that I can use. And I can press those buttons to make him do something. What is on each of your shapes of your robot? When your robot's all done, we are going to put him on the drying rack. We are done with our robot for today. Great job. I love the way that they turned out.